US President Donald Trump has said Venezuela will hand over up to 50 million barrels of oil to the United States to be sold at market price with the proceeds controlled by him. The statement comes days after US forces captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores in a nighttime military operation in Caracas. This involved airstrikes and special forces, a raid widely condemned as a violation of the UN Charter and international law. Beyond questions of legality, critics say the operation must be viewed in the context of Venezuela's vast oil reserves and the environmental cost of exploiting them. Before we understand what it would mean to ramp up oil production in Venezuela, which is known to have some of the dirtiest oil in the world, take a moment to subscribe to our channel Down to Earth for regular reporting on environment and development. Venezuela holds the world's largest proven oil reserves, nearly 20% of the global total, but it currently produces less than 1% of global crude. Trump has claimed American companies could rebuild the country's oil infrastructure within 18 months. However, analysts say restoring Venezuela's oil infrastructure would take more than a decade. Consulting firm Rystad Energy estimates that merely maintaining current production of about 1.1 million barrels per day would require $53 billion over 15 years. Restoring output to late 1990s levels would cost $183 billion by 2040. But even if that investment were made, environmental groups warn the consequences would be severe. Venezuela's oil is among the most carbon intensive in the world. Much of it is extra heavy crude from the Orinoco Belt, where extracting a single barrel can generate up to 4 times the emissions of conventional oil. The country's main crude blend, Meri, is heavy and high in sulfur. This makes it energy intensive to extract, transport, and refine. Venezuela also holds the 6th largest gas reserves globally, Latin America's biggest gold deposits, significant iron, bauxite, and diamond reserves, and substantial rare earth minerals such as coltan and thorium. Much of these can be found in and around the ecologically sensitive and biodiverse Orinoco region. Mads Christensen, executive director of Greenpeace International, stated that Venezuela holds the largest proven crude oil reserves in the world, and Trump's own words make it clear that control and exploitation of those reserves is his current priority. In an era of accelerating climate breakdown, eyeing Venezuela's vast oil reserves this way is both reckless and dangerous. The environmental damage is not theoretical, it is already happening. Years of US-imposed sanctions and mismanagement have left Venezuela's oil infrastructure in a state of decay. Skilled workers have fled, pipelines are failing, and oil spills and gas flaring have become routine. Despite producing far less oil than it once did, Venezuela is still emitting dangerously high levels of greenhouse gases. The impact goes far beyond oil fields. Venezuela is among the 10 most biodiverse countries in the world. It is home to 13% of global bird species and around 6% of the Amazon rainforest. Environmental degradation here threatens vital carbon sinks and accelerates climate change. Experts say the country's political crisis and environmental crisis are inseparable. Any attempt of intervention in Venezuela, while expanding oil extraction, risks deepening long-term damage to public health, ecosystems, and economic stability. The capture of Nicolas Maduro has focused attention on power, sovereignty, and control. But the larger question may be, what happens next to Venezuela's land, forests, and climate, and whether the world can afford another push to extract some of the dirtiest oil on the planet.